All right, so today I woke up a little bit late and I was gonna make a magnificent breakfast, but then Johnny's like, just make me toast. So I was like, okay, I'll make you toast. So I went to the kitchen and I was looking around and I was like, I don't think our homemade challah bread will fit in the toaster. So I was looking around and I saw that there was a little bit of the store-bought bread left, so I was like, I'll use those for Johnny's toast. So I did. I made him delicious, simple toast butter and beautiful strawberry jam. And man, it smelled so good. I miss strawberry jam toast. Just smells so good. And then after breakfast, we decided that we were going to say our goodbyes. And so I got all of his stuff together. Oh, did you bring home your containers, baby? Because I didn't see them in the sink. Did you leave them in the car? Well, when you get a chance, can you go see if they're in the car? Because I would like to wash them for tomorrow, because I'm going to send you off with a salad now that we have some lettuce. Anyway, so yeah, I packed them up some cookies and the last bit of the granola bar. Did you end up eating it? I know you like my granola bars. I'm going to have to make them again this weekend. Only Lucas has requested me not put the craisins in there because he doesn't like them, so I won't. But yeah, he likes everything else, just not the craisins. And then Johnny made the boys chocolate sandwich. I gave them some cookies and told them not to eat them before the sandwich, and they listened. Yay. And if you're wondering how I know that, it's because when I got up at 9:30 after my alarm went off, I came out into the living room and I saw that they were eating their sandwich, and they made it a point to tell me, look, Mommy, I'm eating the sandwich and not the cookies. And I was very happy to see that they listened to me, to say the least. I'll be back after this video. So today's grocery day, and this is what our grocery list looks like at the end of the month. Very simple, just whatever we don't have in the house. Restocking, basically. So this is this list. I'm also rating the 15th and the 20th of the month list so that I can have a look at what we need to spend this month. And I have a monthly budget, which I try to keep within. Sometimes I'm about $70 off, but thankfully the Lord is faithful and provides that extra 70 that we need. So here we are. This is today's. Doesn't look like much, but it'll keep us sustained till next page. This will be enough until next paycheck. Now, I always do buy in-store bought bread. And then when I run out, I make my own. So that's why you see bread there. We don't always have enough eggs to make bread at home, so that's why we don't always make bread at home, because you need eggs for it. Unless I make fry bread, which is simple, unleavened bread, but when you're making leavened bread, you need eggs or some kind of oil to substitute for eggs. So yeah. So this is today's list. So yeah, they were very good not to eat the cookies first. And then I went to the bedroom and I got my stuff, and then I finally got up And then I had the worst pain in the world this morning. And I don't really talk about it because it's kind of like private stuff that you don't usually talk about. I mean, not this kind of stuff. But for 2 months, I did not have my Eve's curse, or curse of Eve, or lingering wounds of Eve, if anyone knows what that is. Other people call it moon cycle. That might give it away. But yeah, so for 2 months I had not, and I was concerned. I had a doctor's appointment over the phone today, and I had informed my doctor that was the last time we spoke, which was 2 weeks ago. I said, I'm heading into 2 months not having it. And he had suggested that maybe when he calls me back, which was today, that I should go for testing. Today, when he called, I informed him that today, miraculously, after praying for 2 weeks, quite literally nonstop, it finally happened. And he was very happy for me, but he still wants to send me for some tests at a gynecologist. So I have to go see a gynecologist, but not just for that as well. I wanted to see a gynecologist about other things too. Like I'm turning 35 March 10th. And so I wanted to know like my options for if I decided to have a third child, and what the likelihood, like the percentage of, my success rate basically. Considering I already have 2 live children, and it didn't take me very long to get pregnant with both of them. Actually, I think with Logan, when we were actually actively trying, it took us 3 or 5 months, I believe it was. 3 or 5 months, because, no, we started in September, and then boom, in like December, January, I found out I was pregnant, right? So it wasn't that long. And then same thing with Lucas, when we were actively trying, it was about the same amount of time. It took 3 to 5 months both times when we actively tried. So it's not like I had problems getting pregnant, as soon as fertilization happened, it was implanted immediately, basically. So I had very good, strong attachment. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to say it. I get pregnant easily. Okay? So I don't think that it would be a problem. And since I wasn't my eggs weren't damaged, basically, is what I'm trying to say. My eggs were fine. And Jonny's sperm was strong and perfect. I mean, nobody just gets pregnant that fast unless they have good eggs and sperm, right? So we had good egg and sperm. And so I'm wondering, based off of the fact that I'm highly fertile and Jonny's very, what's the word would I use for that? Soldiers are good. His soldiers are really good. So I don't think it would take too much. If they just took one egg, with the ICSI that I want to do, if they took the one egg and one sperm, it would immediately happen. And they would just put it in my uterus, and I believe it would catch because, like I said, I had no problems getting pregnant. The problem is that I have no tubes. So I was going to talk to her about my percentage, based off of the knowledge that we have of my both 2 live births. And they were relatively healthy pregnancies. And both times in the last trimester, it was roughest because for some reason, I guess I wasn't as active. And so I had high blood pressure. But I can eliminate that easily by just lifestyle changes. So I was going to talk to her about success rates and whatnot, considering how greatly fertile I am. So we'll see. And it's just talking options. I'm not like making any definitive decisions just yet on this subject, because it is like a month's worth of rent to pay for this procedure. So, and it would take me, if I tried, 3 to 5 months to save up for it. So, and that's if I'm doing well on saving, basically, and putting away every single scratched up penny. So it would take me still 3 to 5 months to get that much. But yeah, it's just right now I'm still discussing things with Jonny and how we would have to change things in our lives for another child. And are we ready? We're quite comfortable with the routine right now and things of this nature. And I have to think about like the health risks and all the other things that could go wrong. Like, for instance, if there is a world war that happens, what does that mean for pregnant women, basically? Hospitals, things of this nature, you know what I mean? So I have to weigh all the options, and I'm still praying about it. It's a nice thought that I want to have another child. It's a very beautiful thought, because I would love to bless the world with another beautiful half Asian baby, because we make very gorgeous babies, don't we, baby? We make very gorgeous babies. Like, Japanese people draw these kinds of babies. You know what I mean? They're anime. Our children, they're beautiful. And I would love to bless the world with more beautiful children from me and Jonny, because we make beautiful children. But we have to weigh the options. We have to weigh lifestyle changes, everything. There's so much going into having a child. So we have to consider it. And I'm basically doing what I usually do when I make a decision. I weigh all the pros and cons. And I keep weighing the pros and cons until I am certain I've gotten all the pros and cons. And then I can make a very informed decision. And I try not to use just my selfish desires to make the decision. I also try to weigh in other people's feelings, like the boys, for instance. How will they feel if I get pregnant and have another child? Jonny, how would he feel? And things of this nature. So there's just so many aspects to this. But Jonny was very supportive when I was very emotional today, thinking about we have no room in this place for like even another toddler bed. So I started crying over that because I was emotional today. Very understandable, considering it's been 2 months since my moon cycle, and now I'm had a very strong, horribly painful moon cycle beginning. So I'm very emotional. And so he was very supportive, and he was jokingly, lovingly saying that to the kids, because they were making fun of each other or something. And then he's like, think about how Landon would feel, because that's what we would name our son if we had another, because he believes that it would be a boy. So I picked out boy names a long time ago, and so our third son's name would be Landon Reese. We haven't picked the middle name. I'm going for either Tacoma or Coma. He said Kramer. I was like, no, no. It's got to be a Japanese name. Like, we have Logan Reed Yoma, and we have Lucas Rain Shoma. And so we need to have Landon Reese. Is there another Oma? Who? No, I know, but is there any other like names in Japanese that rhyme with Yoma and Shoma? You know? Okay, you go look, because that would be his middle name. Landon Reese. And then if it was a girl, I've had many girl names over the years, but I've settled now on Sarah Lee, which would be her first name, Rini Kameya. Rini being little rabbit in Japanese. And her name was supposed to be Rini Moon, but that was when I was a pagan. And so her name would be now Sarah Lee Rini Kameya. And yeah, so those would be the names if we were to have another child. And if it were a boy or a girl. So, yeah. But again, we don't know. We don't know yet. We're still discussing it, weighing our options. We got to talk to a gyno and see what's going to happen. And that's the way it's going to go. I mean, it's not something you just whimsily, I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. We're not doing it on a whim. And I know there's another word for it, but I can't pronounce it. So we don't just make a decision on a whim, you know? When we decided to have Logan, we knew what we were getting into. When we decided to have Lucas, we knew what we were getting into. And at the time, we were financially stable and we had enough room for 2. 3, however, it's a bit more, you know what I mean? So it's like another human. So we will see. But my heart is weighing heavily on it. So we'll see what the Lord has to say. And the Lord will speak to us in his way, whether it be through the gyno telling us the success rate or some other way of like making it very clear that it's not a possibility and it's not in the cards for us, or it's not his will for our life right now. He will make it known to us. And so that's why I've been praying nonstop for like a dream or something to tell us either way. Did you find one? Ask Mark. He's living in Japan. He should know. And yeah, so we will see. We will see. I mean, 3 is a good number. It's not 10 and it's not 6. It's a quarter of 12, which my great-grandmother had. And it's half of 6, which my mother had. So 3 would be the perfect number of children. Perfect. If things were only better, I would have a lot more. If we had better circumstances, right? And we were able to afford multiple vehicles, basically. Because then Jonny could keep his Jeep, and we would also have a bus for all the kids that we would need to tail around with us. Jonny's shaking his head like he's gonna kill himself over it. Nah, he would love them. His heart would only grow. But, yeah. It gives him a migraine to think about having a bus that can carry 10 kids. But it wouldn't even be like a bus. What is that thing that our friend has? What? RV. Oh. No, that big bus thing. It looks like a bus at least.
Econoline.
Yeah, that thing. It's old, but like a newer one would be better. You know? And it looks like it gets people around. And it fits a lot of car seats. Like a lot. But yes, I wouldn't mind having like a big family. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm not like, I don't have the healthiest genes. Sorry, I'm sleepy and tired. Sorry for my speech impairment. Sleepiness. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't have the healthiest genes on my side of the family. Our side of the family is got a lot of health issues, so luckily the boys have their dad's genes, so they were lucky. And they're boys, so it's not like they're gonna suffer like a woman with the genes would. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I got a lot to work on. First of all, I have to work on, well, my blood pressure, basically, which is good. I haven't had any issues with my blood pressure at all. But then again, I haven't been pregnant for like 7-8 years. So, no, since Lucas, like 7 or 8, 7 going on 8 years. So, but yeah. But Logan seems to want another brother or sister, and Lucas is indifferent about it. He's just like, man, I don't care, whatever. And Logan's all like, I would love to have another brother that I could play hide and seek with. And Lucas was like, I'm gonna hold him like this, and he was holding Moo, like he would hold the new baby. And Logan's like, and I'm gonna look at him like this. And I was like, you guys are just so cute. If anything, it would be a learning experience for them to see a little itty bitty baby grow up. And I remember being like 4 or 5, and watching my little sister, Kaylee, grow up. And I loved her when she was a baby. I used to like, she was like my doll, basically. I would just take such good care of her. I'd take her out of her crib early in the morning just to play with her. And I would like keep her safe from things, not let her eat anything. You know, I had these instincts when I was just a tiny tot. So I can only imagine how well they would do with their little brother or sister. And I think it would be easier if it was a sister, because then they would learn how to be very respectful to girls, and they would learn how to be soft and gentle and things of this nature. So, I don't know. There's a lot to go into it, like I said. A lot of thinking, a lot of planning, a lot of everything. Weighing the pros and cons and the consequences and expenses. And I think the biggest thing is if we were so serious, it should be easy for us to budget for it. And if it failed, that's God's will, right? But if it didn't fail, then it's God's will that happened for a reason. But we don't know. We don't know. And I have to weigh all options. Like I said, I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with this Ukraine and Russia thing. If it goes south and a war does happen, I'm not having a child. If Russia backs off and starts being normal and like leaves Ukraine, I might consider it, because that would give me a chance to go and have a normal pregnancy and birth. you know? So we'll see. It really depends on a whole lot of factors. But I want to try. You know what I mean? So there's that. That's the only thing. At the end of the day, I just want to try. But for now, I'm content with life and our routine and the way things are. And it's really nice to dream and think about having another child and planning for another child. It's really nice. And we'll see what the Lord has in store for us. And other than that, today was a good day. Jonny was superbly wonderful, attentive, and very sensitive towards my feelings. And he was very sweet. And I'm very thankful for that. He could have been a jerk about it, but he chose the opposite direction. He was pretty set on just having two. But he quickly just rose to the occasion when he saw that I had a desire. He was sensitive and he said, yeah, Landon would be a wonderful addition. I was like, that's assuming it would be a boy. And he's like, I only make boys. What are you talking about? So he was... he knew exactly what to say. He was very, very good. Thank you, baby. Thank you for being the lovely, loving man that you are. I am so lucky. You guys need a man like this. He's a manly man. Wonderful man. So, I'm running into the time where I'm going to be talking on the Bible in a moment, because I'm holding the Bible in my hands and I discussed some things. And I was comfortable enough to disclose that 2 months I haven't had my lingering wounds of Eve. Other people call it moon cycle, but I call it lingering wounds of Eve. And so today was very sensitive and emotional for me. And I had a great day. You can see in this picture here that there's a hot chocolate, and that's because Jonny knows that when I have this situation, chocolate is the best medicine for me. And also tomato soup with peas and beans, which is what he gave me. So lots of iron. Yay. So I love you all, and I'll catch you after these videos to say goodbye and goodnight. But for now, here's the next video of me discussing a little bit of today. And I hope that you guys had a wonderful day, and pray for us. Pray for us to have discernment and know God's will. So we're just ending the day now. I'm going to read while Jonny does his flight. And then we're going to go to bed. Today was a really rough and emotional day, man. I don't know. Today was just rough and emotional. It's really hard being a woman. I'm just so thankful that the Lord has blessed me with such a man as Jonny, because he literally has been the greatest comfort to me. The Lord is so good to me, and I really don't deserve it. But I'm so thankful to the Lord for being so good to me and giving me a husband such as Jonny, who's so caring and attentive and sweet. He's just an amazing, wonderful man. So thankful for him. Anyways, I got 3 of the 5 calendars done for this week. 3 of the 5. It means I have 2 more. I have the homeschooling weekly calendar, the homeschooling daily calendar, and then I'm done. Yeah, that's a lot of calendars. So how it goes is I have a monthly calendar that has every day of the week in the month. And then I have a weekly calendar in the form of a weekly calendar, which breaks down each day in the week into blocks. And then I have another weekly calendar for things like appointments, reminders, goals, things of this nature, and it comes in the form of a book. And then I have the homeschooling weekly calendar, which is the week that I'm doing homeschooling, what's going on in that week for homeschooling. And then I have the daily daily homeschooling calendar, which is every day of the week but broken down into days, and I get to write out everything for that day of the week. It's very difficult to explain. So we have monthly calendar, which has everything. Then we have a weekly calendar broken down into blocks in the day. So it's kind of like a daily weekly calendar kind of thing. It's on the fridge because it breaks down the blocks of the day for schooling, afternoon, meal plans, blah blah blah. And then I also have a daily calendar in my book, calendar book. And then I have the homeschooling weekly calendar and then the homeschooling daily weekly calendar. And the reason I have so many dang calendars is because not one calendar can fit every single thing that I need to put into the calendar each day. So, in each week. So, each week I have tons of things to do. It's broken down into each day. And each day I can't fit it all into one day, so I have to have multiple calendars to fit the things I need to do in that day. And I get it all done because it just flows. Okay? It just flows. And during this series of Fruit of Her Hands, I'm going to show y'all how it works. It's going to be amazing. Y'all going to love it. Y'all going to love it. And hopefully it'll be easy enough to follow along that you can adopt it yourself. Because it's very easy for me. Other than that, tomorrow I finished the last 2 calendars. Today was slow, but I got 3 done, so I'm happy about that. And so I'll do the other 2 tomorrow. It's not that bad because it's just the weekly homeschooling and daily homeschooling, so it's all good. I already put in everything for March. Every single month I have to start a week before the end of the month to do the next month's. It takes me a whole week because there's just so much to fit into one whole month. As I said, it's just a lot. There's birthdays and lots of things. Lots and lots of things. So, today was that. We went shopping, came home, the house was clean, so it was easy just to put everything away, tidy up because everybody already ate dinner. And I've just been watching Bones. I ate finally, and then now I'm reading, and then I'm going to crochet a little bit, and then it's bedtime. I'm going to be putting the video together, like right now, because I just have to get it done so I can just go straight to bed. I'm really tired today. was so emotional today. And maybe I'll feel comfortable enough to share it tomorrow, but right now I just don't feel like it. And I will talk about it when I'm ready. But just pray for us. And I thank the Lord for Jonny. I hope everybody had a wonderful Monday. And I will catch you guys at 4:30 in the morning tomorrow. Good night. Sleep tight. See y'all in the morning light. Later for now. So there you have it, folks. This was my Monday entry. I hope you had a wonderful Monday. And I will catch you back here at 4:30 tomorrow morning. Good night, everyone. Have a great evening. Love you all. Good night. Sleep tight. See y'all in the morning light.